So now guys, let's start our discussion about the kinetic equation, how to use all this data and what kind of things they can ask. So before we talk about the kinetic equation, there is one thing which you should know about the concentration. Okay, here when we talk about the chemical reactions, we always do our calculations and everything in terms of moles most of the time. Okay, so here in this subject as well, we will talk about the moles. So we will talk about the molar concentration. So molar concentration for any component, let's say A, we can denote by Ca. Okay, and which is defined as concentration represents the amount of A in the volume of the mixture. Okay, so at any time t, concentration of A can be denoted by Ca, and that will be the ratio of moles of A at that time t to the volume of reaction mixture at time t. Similarly, concentration of A initially or at time t equal to 0 denoted by Ca naught, and that can be represented as moles of A at time t equal to 0 or the initial moles of A to the volume of reaction mixture initially. Okay, this is the thing which we should know. If you know, we discussed the mole balance, that is moles of A fed is equal to moles of A reacted plus moles of A unreacted or out. So moles of A fed can be represented by Na naught. Moles of A reacted will be Na naught into Xa, if you remember, and moles of A out will be Na. So Na will be equal to Na naught times of 1 minus Xa. Okay. So here, if you put the value in Ca, it will become Ca is equal to, you can write Na as Na naught 1 minus Xa, and V obviously there. So what is this Na naught over V? Nothing. This will remain as it is. This is the relation. Okay. Now, one thing which we know, that for constant volume reaction system, the volume of reaction mixture at any time t will be same as V naught. So Na naught over V naught can be written as Ca naught. So this is Ca in terms of conversion for constant volume reaction system. Now if I talk about the variable volume reaction system, so we know that V is equal to V naught 1 plus epsilon A Xa times of P naught over P times of T over T naught. So when you put that value here in this equation, so Na naught over V naught will be Ca naught. So Ca will become Ca naught 1 minus Xa over 1 plus epsilon A Xa. Or you can say this is the general expression for concentration and conversion, which is valid for all the situations. Okay, for variable volume reaction system as well as constant volume reaction system. And obviously pressure temperature terms are also there, like P by P naught and T naught by T. Okay, so here if epsilon for constant volume reaction system, we know that epsilon A will be 0. So this will become Ca equal to Ca naught 1 minus Xa. Same as this at constant temperature pressure. So this is the general expression, and this is specifically only for CVRS. Okay. Now if I talk about the rate of reaction, so for constant volume reaction system, your rate of reaction minus Ra was minus 1 upon V dNA over dt. This was the expression. So for constant volume reaction system, doesn't matter. For, you know that Na can be written as Na naught 1 minus Xa. So dNA will be equal to minus of dA naught into minus of Na naught into dXA. Okay. When you put this value here, this will become Na naught over V. Na naught over V for CVRS can be written as Ca naught. It will become Ca naught into dXA over dt. Okay, and from here you know that this is Ca equal to Ca naught 1 minus Xa. So dCA will be equal to minus of Ca naught into dXA. Okay, so for CVRS, for constant volume reaction system, Ca naught into dxa can also be written as minus of dCA over dt. So these are the different forms of rate of reaction for constant volume reaction system. For variable volume reaction system, minus Ra is minus 1 upon B dNA over dt. So you can put the value of Na, you can put the value of V, it becomes Ca naught over 1 plus epsilon A xa into dxa over dt at constant temperature and pressure. So these are the different forms of rate of reaction for variable volume reaction system. Remember, for VVRS we cannot represent the rate of reaction in terms of concentration. Mathematically we can do, but that will become little complicated. Okay, because Ca is like this in terms of Xa. So if you want to differentiate this in terms of dxa, so it will become a complicated relation. So we don't prefer that. Okay, so this is in terms of conversion only, because it is simple and easy to use and apply. Now one more thing here should be clear to all of you, that is I'm telling based on my experience. Okay, whenever you see a numerical, okay, if it is in terms of constant volume reaction system, so I will suggest you to solve that in terms of concentration only. Okay, because it will be easier and it will require on very less number of steps, calculation steps to solve. While for variable volume reaction system, you don't have any choice, you have to solve it in terms of conversion only. For CVRS, although you can solve that in terms of conversion as well, but I will suggest you to go for concentration only, because it will require less number of steps. We will see, we will solve some numericals, so you will get to know. So this is the CVRS and VVRS, okay, part for the concentration. Now let's talk about the kinetic equation. Okay, so here in kinetic equation, if I go for first order reaction, okay, I'm not doing the derivation thing because I hope all of you are well aware with that. So I'm writing the equations directly. So for first order reaction, for CVRS, okay, your kinetic equations will be like ln Ca naught over Ca is equal to kT, or you can write Ca is equal to Ca naught e to the power minus kT. In terms of conversion, you can write Ca as Ca naught 1 minus Xa, so it will become minus of ln 1 minus Xa is equal to kT. Or you can also write it as Xa equal to 1 minus e to the power minus kT. So all these equations which relate rate constant K, reaction time T with concentration or conversion are called kinetic equations. Like here, these are the kinetic equation for first order reaction system. And their curve, if you plot these equations on a graph, they are known as kinetic curves. Or you can say Levenspel curves. So like Ca versus T. So if you plot that T equal to 0, it will be Ca naught and it will decrease exponentially. Okay, for plot a curve between Xa versus T for first order reaction, it will be like this, exponentially increasing. Okay, if you want to go for a straight line, then draw the curve between ln Ca naught over Ca versus T, that will be a straight line with the slope K, y equal to mx. And for conversion, if you want to get the straight line curve, just draw the curve between minus ln 1 minus Xa versus T, that will be a straight line with the slope K. So this is for first order reaction system in terms of CVRS. And here one more thing which should be clear to you, that for first order reaction, a point that XA will be 1, 100% conversion can be achieved at t equal to infinite, because K can't be infinite or can't be 0 as well. Okay, rate constant K cannot be infinite or 0, it will be a finite value always. Concentration will be a finite value always. Okay, so this is for first order reaction. Now, if I talk about the VVRS, where we know that Ca is equal to Ca naught 1 minus Xa over 1 plus epsilon A Xa at constant temperature and pressure. So the kinetic equation will be minus Ln 1 minus Xa is equal to Kt, which is same as that of for CVRS. So here the key point is first order reaction follows same kinetics in CVRS and VVRS. As you can see, their kinetic equations are same. So if for any first order reaction, if the reaction time T is fixed, temperature is fixed, so K will be fixed as well. Okay, so I will get the same conversion when it is a CVRS system and it is VVRS system. But the point is, concentration in case of CVRS and in case of VVRS will be different. Okay, because we know for first order, for CVRS, concentration is Ca equal to Ca naught 1 minus Xa only, but for VVRS, Ca equal to this. Okay, so concentration will be different, but conversion will be same. And just because of the conversion, we are saying that is, thank you, Balaji, that will follow the same kinetics. So this is something about the first order reaction system. Okay, now let's talk about the zeroth order reaction system. Okay, so zeroth order reactions are those in which rate of reaction is equal to K Ca power 0, that is K only. So for zeroth order reaction, rate of reaction is the function of temperature only. Remember, for zeroth order reaction, rate of reaction is the function of temperature only. Okay, not the concentration. Okay, and for that in CVRS, the kinetic equation will be Ca naught minus Ca is equal to Kt, or you can write in terms of conversion as Ca naught Xa equal to Kt. And if you plot them at t equal to 0, that is Ca naught, and it will decrease linearly with the slope minus K. Okay, and for second order, for conversion, the curve will be a linear curve between Xa versus T, and the slope will be K upon Ca naught. While for VVRS, the kinetic equation will be Ca naught ln 1 plus epsilon A Xa over epsilon A is equal to Kt. So we can see, since their kinetic equations are different, so zeroth order reaction follows different kinetics in CVRS and VVRS. Okay. Similarly, and that is valid for all the reactions except for first order reaction. For any value of order of reaction, -1, -2, -2.5, +0.5, +2.5, 3, 8, 9, 10, -10, anything, except 1. For all values of n except 1, the kinetics followed by the reaction in CVRS and VVRS will be different. But for first order reaction, it will be same. Okay, and here one important point is conversion will be 1 in finite time. In finite time. Okay, and that time will be equal to Ca0 over K, as you can see from here. Okay, so this is something about the zeroth order reaction. Similarly, if I talk about the second order reaction, so second order reaction in CVRS having only one reactant. Okay, second order reaction with one reactant only. With one reactant only. For CVRS, kinetic equation will be this. Or in terms of conversion, you can write it like this. So if you plot their curves, kinetic curves, to get a straight line, you have to draw a curve between 1 over Ca versus T, and that will be a straight line with the slope K having intercept equal to 1 by Ca0. And in terms of conversion, to get a straight line curve, you have to draw the curve between Xa over 1 minus Xa versus T, and that will be a straight line with the slope K Ca0. And for second order reaction, the important point that you should know that Xa will be less than 1 always. Okay. Theoretically, we cannot achieve the 100% conversion theoretically even. So practically it is not possible at any time. Because theoretically itself, it is not possible to get Xa equal to 1 for second order reaction. Why? Because you can see here, this is the kinetic equation. If you change this, you can write Xa equal to K Ca0 T over 1 plus K Ca0 T. So जब theoretically ही possible नहीं है, तो practically तो भाई साहब दूर दूर तक chance ही नहीं. Okay, so numerator is always less than the denominator. So Xa will be less than 1. So it should be clear in your mind that for any order of reaction greater than 1, for all order of reaction greater than 1, Xa will be less than 1 always. Okay, no chance to get 100% conversion, even theoretically. Practically तो बात की बात आती है. ठीक है? So this should be clear to all of you. Now, this is for CVRS. If I talk about the VVRS, in second order reaction having one reactant. Okay, so the kinetic equation is like multiply by epsilon A. I should write it like this, properly. plus epsilon A into ln of 1 minus x. Yes. So this is the kinetic equation for variable volume reaction system for second order reaction having one reactant. Now here one thing is obvious, as you can see that again second order reaction is not following the same kinetics in CVRS and PVRS system. Okay, so as I told you, for all order of reactions except one, the kinetics followed by the reaction in CVRS and PVRS will be different. Only in first order it will be same. Okay, so this is about the second order reaction. But let me tell you one thing. This is for second order reaction. Similarly, if I have third order, fourth order, fifth order, then what we are going to do? See, for CVRS reaction system, for nth order reaction, okay, for nth order reaction, the general expression you can use to get all the data, except, and this will be valid for all values of n, except 1. Okay, so in CVRS the kinetic equation will be like n minus 1 kT is equal to 1 over Ca power n minus 1 minus 1 over Ca naught power n minus 1. Okay, this is for all nth order reaction in CVRS. By using this expression, you can get the kinetic equation for 0 order, second order, third order, 1.5 order, minus 1 order, minus 3 order, anything. Just put the value of n there, you will get the answer. This is valid for all values of n except 1, because for 1 it will be different. That I have already told you. But if it is VVRS system, then what to do? See, in VVRS, we can't have any specific relation. Okay, this kind, like here in CVRS, we have a specific relation which we can use anytime for all values of n except 1. But for VVRS, it is quite difficult to specify any generic expression. So for that, what we can do, just understand. For VVRS, see, what is the rate of reaction? We know that for VVRS, rate of reaction can be defined as Ca naught over 1 plus epsilon A xa into dxa over dt. Okay, that should be equal to k Ca power n. And for VVRS, we can write this Ca as Ca naught 1 minus xa over 1 plus epsilon A xa. Okay, so if you see, it will become 1 plus epsilon A xa power n upon this n minus 1 into dxa upon dt is equal to k Ca naught power n minus 1. Okay, or you can simply say that dt is equal to 1 upon k Ca naught power n minus 1 integration, forget the integration, multiply by 1 plus epsilon A xa upon 1 minus xa. 1 plus epsilon A xa power n minus 1, 1 minus xa power, this 1 minus xa is also there, this into dxa. Okay, so by using this generic expression, you can calculate the kinetic equation for any variable volume reaction system except one. Okay, so if you integrate this, ultimately you will get T is equal to 1 over k Ca naught power n minus 1 multiply by integration of 1 plus T is equal to 1 over k Ca naught power n minus 1 multiply by integration from 0 to xa of 1 plus epsilon A xa power n minus 1 over 1 minus xa power n into dxa. Okay, so by using this relation, you can obtain anything. Okay, you don't need to go for anything, for always you have to drive. Just remember this, how we obtain this relation. This is the method. Okay, I have already told you. So by using this expression, you can calculate the kinetic equation for any variable volume reaction system for any order of reaction except one. Okay. Even for 1 as well. Okay, this is a valid for 1 as well. This is for all values of n, even 1. Okay, for VVRS. Yes. So guys, this is the simple way. Now how to solve this? Suppose in the exam, by chance, although you will not get that because you don't have the access of this physical calculator, only the virtual calculator is there on which we can't do the integration thing. But from numerical mathematics, you have some techniques which you can use to solve such kind of complicated integrations, like trapezoidal rule, Simpson's 1/3 rule, Simpson's 3/8 rule. So suppose in GATE exam, by chance, if you get any problem in which the order of reaction is 2, 3, 4, 5, and like that, or 1.5 or 2.5 in VVRS. Okay, so just put the values here. You will get an expression and use Simpson's 3/8 rule to solve this. Okay, now they can ask you to what will be the time required to achieve 70% conversion or 80% conversion, like that. Okay, so by using Simpson's 3/8 rule, you can solve this. You will get the time. Okay, why Simpson's 3/8 rule only? Because it has higher order of convergence. So the value of answer, the accuracy of the answer will be more as compared to trapezoidal and Simpson's 1/3 rule. Okay, anyways, so I hope all this part is clear about the kinetic equations. Okay, now one more thing is here, we haven't discussed anything about the rate constant K. And okay, so what is rate constant K? Let's have some idea. Okay, obviously I will not go in the theoretical details in all those things because I assume all of you know that, all of you are well aware of all those things. So about the rate constant K, we have several methods in our syllabus to calculate the activation energy or the rate constant. Okay, like Arrhenius theory, collision theory, and transition state theory. So in general you can say K is equal to K naught T to the power m e to the power minus E over RT. If you take the log at different temperatures, you will get ln K2 by K1 is equal to m times of ln T2 by T1 plus E by R 1 over T1 minus 1 over T2, where m is equal to 0 for Arrhenius theory, m is equal to 1/2 for collision theory, and m is equal to 1 for transition state theory, where E is the activation energy. What is activation energy? So for that we have to see the Arrhenius plot. Okay, what is Arrhenius plot? Arrhenius plot is the curve between enthalpy versus reaction path. Reaction path means extent of reaction or the reaction coordinate, which we have already discussed in solution thermodynamics. On x-axis we have the enthalpies. Okay, so here the Arrhenius plot is something like this. This is the reactant, this is the product, this is the transition state. What is the transition state? Transition state is that state where all atoms are in free form. Okay, all atoms are available in free form. There is no bonding between them. Okay, so initially reactants are there. So obviously reactant molecules are there. There will be some bond. So bonds will get break and all atoms will get free. So they will achieve the transition state. So after when all the bonds are broken, atoms are free. Now those atoms have choice. Either they can form the old bonds one more time and get back in the reactant state, or they can form the new bonds and move to the product state. Okay, and this is the reference point or the datum line. Okay, so the total energy required by the molecules, the reactant molecules, the total energy required by the reactant molecules to achieve the transition state from reference point is called threshold energy. Okay, means the total energy required by the reactant molecules to achieve the transition state from reference point is called threshold energy, or you can say the total energy required by the molecules to break the old bonds from reference point is called threshold energy. Okay. And if you take the additional energy, because if you see from the reference point, reactants already possess this much of energy. Okay, so the additional energy which I required, okay, so you can see that the additional energy required by the molecules is this, which we have to supply. This energy they are already having, some extra energy they require, and that extra energy is called the activation energy. Activation energy. And in all these three theories, Arrhenius theory, collision theory and transition state theory, there is one common assumption that activation energy is independent of temperature. This is one common assumption. Okay, they have said that whatever activation energy is there, it is independent of temperature. It is not changing with temperature. Okay, means if there is a molecule at 100 degrees Celsius, so if I require 100 joule activation energy to break the bonds, additional energy, okay. So if the same molecule is at 0 degrees Celsius or at 1000 degrees Celsius, so there as well I will require only 100 joule energy to break their bonds, okay, no extra energy is required. And the relation you can see, the threshold energy is equal to activation energy plus the energy possessed by the molecules, reactant molecules. Okay, so this is the point. And here, if someone asks you in which scenario the threshold energy and activation energy will be same, so by definition they are different. Mathematically they can be same, but only in one condition, when the reference point is here. Okay, you can't say reactant energy is 0, because if reactant energy is 0, it means the molecule is at absolute 0 temperature. That is not possible, because we know that it is not possible to attain the absolute 0 temperature. At least in practical life we haven't. And in thermodynamics, second law of thermodynamics also suggests that theoretically as well, it is quite difficult to achieve the absolute 0 temperature, because if you know the Carnot engine, Carnot efficiency, then you must have seen that theoretically as well, the maximum efficiency for any engine is what? Okay, like for Carnot engine, the maximum efficiency was 1 minus TL over TH for the reversible processes, although they are ideal. But here, absolute 0 temperature, TL is the temperature of the sink, and sink, if it is not possible to have absolute 0 temperature. Okay, so TL can't be 0, so efficiency can't be 1. We have already seen that the maximum Carnot efficiency can't be 1. Okay, that means theoretically as well, it is quite difficult, you can say impossible, to attain absolute 0 temperature. Okay, so anyways, we will not go in those things. We will talk about this. So threshold energy and activation energy will be same mathematically only when you will take the reference point here at the reactant level. Okay, so all these things should be clear to you, because we can relate all the data. Okay, that is the beauty in chemical engineering, that we can relate each and every concept with other subjects. So I hope this part is clear to all of you. Okay, now here one more thing is they have already asked in GATE exam that out of these three states, reactant, transition state and product, in which two state equilibrium is possible. Okay, between reactant and transition state or transition state and product. So you must know that equilibrium means the two-way process. The rate of forward process and rate of backward process must be same. Only then we can say this system is in equilibrium. Okay, so transition state molecules can go from transition state to product, but they can't go from product to transition state. Okay, obviously whenever I want a chemical reaction, I will provide the operating conditions such that reactant is converting into product. I will not provide the condition to convert product into reactant. Okay, so that thing should be clear in your mind. So it is difficult for the products to get back into the transition state. So reactant are going there, and transition state molecules may also go in the reactant side after form the old bonds one more time. So equilibrium is possible between reactant and transition state only because it is a two-way process. Okay, so it is possible only between these two. Now about this equation, one more thing should be clear to you. Like if I talk about the Arrhenius theory. So according to Arrhenius theory, K is equal to K naught e to the power minus E by RT. If you take log on both sides, it becomes ln K is equal to ln K naught minus E over RT. Okay, so here if you draw a curve between ln K ray versus 1 by T, then you will see that that will be a straight line and the slope will be minus E upon R. E is the activation energy. So you can see that if activation energy is high, then obviously the slope of the curve will be high as well. Okay, and the curve may be like this. It will become more steep. And if activation energy is infinite, it will be a vertical line. Okay, I hope you know that. So here you can see if activation energy is high, even with a small change in temperature like this, you can see a very small change in the temperature. The change in K will be huge. Okay, you can see for a very small change in temperature, the change in K is very huge. Okay, so we say that reactions are temperature sensitive. And that is the meaning of sensitive thing. I hope you know. Sensitive means with a small disturbance only, the person gives or the system gives a huge response. Okay, so that is the meaning of being sensitive. Okay, in PTC must have you also learned about this thing. Response, inputs, all that stuff. Okay, anyways. So if activation energy is high, reaction will be temperature sensitive. Because at very small change in temperature, it may cause a large disturbance in the value of K. And if K is large, then rate of reaction will be large as well. Okay, and here you can see, I am talking about the K and temperature, means I am talking about the effect of temperature. So obviously I will keep all other parameters constant. So ln K2 by K1 can also be written as ln R2 by R1. And this can also be written as ln T1 by T2. Okay, so this is further extension to this equation. So it should be clear to us. This is all about the rate constant K and their theories. Okay, there are several questions they have asked in GATE exam. And all those are very easy questions. And here this K naught is the pre-exponential factor. Okay, but remember, when we talk about the collision theory, then this K naught is also called the frequency factor. Okay, in collision theory, since it is based on kinetic theory of gases, collision theory is based on kinetic theory of gases, and kinetic theory of gas is based on the number of collisions between the gaseous molecules. So that's why this K naught can also be related to, can be termed as frequency factor. Okay. In collision theory, not in the RNS theory or transition state theory. And see, all these things are very easy to understand. मतलब आपने सुना होगा there are so many great people, okay, कि अपने घर में थे, बीवी बच्चों के साथ थे, परिवार के साथ थे, अचानक वो भगवान बन गए, like गौतम बुद्ध, महावीर जैन, there are so many other examples as well. Okay, तो स्टोरी क्या है बेसिकली उन सबका, कंक्लूजन क्या है? कंक्लूजन ये है, वो राहगीर थे, सांसारिक मोह माया में लिप्त थे, परिवार के साथ, बच्चों के साथ, धन और प्रदन नहीं, क्या होता है पता नहीं, यही सब धन संपत्ति है ना. फिर उन्होंने सब छोड़ दिया, तपस्या करने लग गए. अब तपस्या करनी है तो ऑब्वियसली सब कुछ छोड़ना तो पड़ेगा. सब मोह माया त्याग दी, बंधन से मुक्त हो गए, ओल्ड बॉन्ड्स ब्रेक हो गए और तपस्या करना शुरू कर दिया. तपस्या करते 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 उन्हें परम ज्ञान की प्राप्ति हुई. ठीक है, परम ज्ञान मतलब प्रोडक्ट, परमात्मा के दर्शन हुए और फिर वो लोग महान बन गए, लाइक गॉड. ओके, तो उनके अवतार भगवान के. तो ये सब चीजें आपने सुनी होंगी, तो ये हर जगह होता है. दिस Arrhenius plot is nothing but just a concept Mr. Arrhenius has took from the real world. ओके, तो साइंस भी यही है, नेचर की स्टडी. तो आपको पता होना चाहिए, आप जब बंधनों से मुक्त होगे तभी तपस्या कर सकते हो, और तपस्या करोगे तो ऑब्वियसली परम ज्ञान मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. एनीवेज, सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द Arrhenius theory and all this stuff. So let's move from this and let's talk about the methods to calculate order of reaction. Okay, so there are methods to calculate order of reaction. Main thing is overall order of reaction. Okay, so there are several methods, but we will talk about only two of them. One is half-life method and second is fractional life method. And remember, all these methods are applicable only for CVRS system. Okay, so half-life method suggests that T half, that is the half-life of the reaction. What is the meaning of half-life? Half-life of the reaction may be defined as the time required to achieve 50% conversion. Simple. Or otherwise you can say the time required by the reaction to reduce the initial concentration up to half of its initial value. Okay, and can be denoted by T half. So T half will be equal to 2 to the power n minus 1 over, मार्कर खराब होगा, नए लाने पड़ेंगे. Over n minus 1 k into Ca naught power 1 minus n. Okay, and this expression is valid for all values of n except 1. Okay, first order को छोड़ के बाकी सभी रिएक्शन के लिए वैलिड है. And here you can see, and order of reaction is constant, k is constant, 2 is constant. So you can also say that T half is proportional to Ca naught power 1 minus n. Okay, so there was a question in last year or maybe last to last year paper. Half-life of second order reaction depends on, so put n equal to 2. You will see half-life of second order reaction will depends on initial concentration as well as rate constant k. Okay, half-life of any reaction except one, half-life of any reaction, any chemical reaction other than the first order depends on order of reaction, rate constant k means temperature, and initial concentration. Okay, so that should be clear in your mind. Okay, for any chemical reaction, if it is not first order, for any chemical reaction, half-life depends on k and Ca0. Mathematically you can see. Okay, but for first order reaction, it will become 0.693 over K. What is 0.693? That is ln2. Okay, so either you can say ln2 upon K, or you can say simply 0.693 over K. So you can see that for first order reaction, half-life depends only on K, means rate constant, that is temperature. Okay, it is independent of initial concentration. Okay, that is the reason you have seen in physics as well, in your 11th, 12th or chemistry, whatever subject, if a radioactive component, time required to reduce the radioactive component from 40 gram to 20 gram, and then from 20 gram to 10 gram is same. Okay, 40 to 20 means 50%, 20 to 10 means 50%. Okay, and if conversion is same, you can see here Ca naught is not there, so T half is the function of temperature only. So if the temperature is same, then half-life of the reaction will be same as well. Okay, for the radioactive decay, and that is the fact that most of the radioactive decay follows first order kinetics. That's why we say their half-life is same for 40 gram to 20 gram, or 20 to 10, or 10 to 5, or 5 to 2.5, or 2.5 to 1.25, or 1.25 to 0.625, and so on. 0.625 to 0.3125 and so on. इसके आगे थोड़ा मुश्किल है ना, वह एक गो में बोलना, फ्लो में. Anyways, so I hope this part is clear. Now here one more thing you should know, that yes, nothing, it's all. Okay, this is all about the fractional life method. See, fractional life method, fractional life can be denoted by the letter TF. What is fractional life? Fractional life is the time taken by the reaction to reduce the concentration up to a desired fraction. To reduce the concentration of reactant up to a desired fraction. Desired fraction means, here you should know that F means Ca over Ca naught. Ca is the remaining amount, initial amount. Okay, or you can say Na upon Na naught. Meaning is same, since it is applicable only for CVRS. So F means remaining fraction. Okay, since F is the remaining fraction, so it's obvious that F will be equal to 1 minus Xa. And for nth order reaction, TF will be F power 1 minus n minus 1. Ca naught power 1 minus n over n minus 1 into k. This is valid for all values of n except 1. For all values of n except 1. Okay, and here TF will be proportional to F to the power 1 minus n minus 1. As n Ca naught k will be constant. Okay, so that one thing which I was going to say is, in half-life method we need two data sets. Obviously, as you can see, n, k are two unknowns, so we need two data sets, two equations to solve this. Okay, so in a reactor, just understand, it is a simple concept. I will feed Ca naught, temperature will be constant. Here I can see, I can tabulate the data between Ca versus T. At different time I can measure the concentration, and whenever this Ca will be exactly half of the initial concentration, I will say that is the half-life of the reaction. Okay, this is one data. Now for second data, I have to do the experiment one more time. I have to do this experiment one more time, and this time let's say Ca naught initial concentration is different, Ca naught dash. So I will again tabulate the same data, and whenever this concentration is exactly half of the initial concentration, that is Ca naught dash upon 2, that will be the half-life of the reaction, let's say T half dash. So you can see here we have to perform the experiment 2 times. That's why Ca naught is different. Okay, so and everything else was same. So T half is proportional to Ca naught by power 1 minus n only. But in fractional life method, what is the advantage is, whatever Ca naught I'm sending, here I will tabulate the data between Ca versus T. The time this is Ca1, let's say that is T1, and this Ca1 means F1. I can extend the same experiment further. So when this concentration is Ca2, time will be T2, and Ca2 means this is F2. So from the same experiment, single run of experiment, I get two data sets. That's why I am keeping Ca0 is constant here. Okay, so Tf is proportional to this only. So that should be clear in your mind why T half is proportional to Ca0 and why Tf is proportional to F. Okay, I am not keeping Ca0 constant here, but here I am keeping Ca0 constant. So this thing should be clear in your mind, and this is the reason. Okay, anyways, so for first order reaction, what will be the thing? See, for first order reaction, we know that kinetic equation is ln Ca0 over Ca is equal to Kt. So Ca0 over Ca means ln 1 upon F is equal to Kt, or you can say minus ln F is equal to Kt. This is the fractional life method for first order reaction. Okay, so this is all about the methods to calculate order of reaction, overall order of the reaction. On this we have got so many questions in past previous year papers. So I hope guys all these methods are clear to all of you. Okay, so this is something about the chemical reaction engineering kinetics part. Here we can say the kinetics part is clear, complete. Okay, for the single reaction system. Okay, this is the kinetic part, kinetic equation, kinetics part for the single reaction system. Okay, here one more thing is there. If we have two or more reactants, then how to find out the kinetic equation? Okay, so for that it's simple. Okay, I am discussing one example with all of you so that you can understand how to find out the kinetic equation when we have more than one reactants. Okay, for example, for second order reaction, having two reactants like A plus B gives P. Obviously in CVRS only. In CVRS only. Okay, so here what will be the rate equation? I will say rate equation is minus RA is equal to K CA power alpha CB power beta, and alpha plus beta is equal to 2, obviously. Okay, so how to find out their kinetic equation is simple. Okay, you can do that, that's not a big deal. So I am taking one example by which you can find out the kinetic equation for any second order reaction of this category in which we have two or more reactants. Okay, suppose the reaction is AA plus BB gives P, then what? Like 2A plus B gives something, A plus 2B gives something, 3A plus 2B gives something, 2A plus 3B gives something, whatever. So let's say here the rate equation is minus RA is equal to K CA CB. Suppose the apparent order is 1 for both the components. Okay, let's assume. If that is different, then we can't do the mathematical things easily. For that you have to use the calculator only, the physical calculator. But here, let's understand for the first order reactants. Reaction is second order, but reactants are having order 1. So here, two things are possible. First, in feed obviously I will have A and B both as a reactant. So first thing possible is either feed will be in a stoichiometric proportion or it will not be in a stoichiometric proportion. So if first case, if feed is in stoichiometric proportion, that means the molar that means the initial molar ratio of A and B in the feed will be same as their stoichiometric ratio. So we will say feed is in stoichiometric proportion. If Na0 over Nb0 equal to A by B, then it's obvious that Ca0 over Cb0 will also be equal to A by B, since that is a constant volume reaction system. So here you can see that Cb0 is equal to B upon A times of Ca0. Okay, so what to do now? What to do with this? How to find out the kinetic equation? See, we can find out the kinetic equation either in terms of conversion or in terms of concentration. So let's understand that in terms of conversion only, because it will be quite simple to drive that. Okay, anyways, you can do that in terms of concentration as well. Okay, I will discuss both the methods here. So we know that Cb is what? Cb can be defined as Nb over V. What is Nb? Nb is Nb0 minus B over A times of Na0 into Xa upon V. For CBRS, we know that V can be written as V0. So Cb here will become Nb0 over V0 means Cb0 minus B upon A times of Na0 over V0 means Ca0 into Xa. Let's put Cb0 value. So when you put Cb0 equal to this, here it will become Cb is equal to B by A times of Ca0 minus B by A times of Ca0 into Xa. So if you take B by A into Ca0 common, it will become 1 minus Xa. And Ca0 into 1 minus Xa is what? We know that Ca0 into 1 minus Xa is equal to Ca. So it means if feed is in a stoichiometric proportion, remember this point will also help you in material balance with chemical reaction in recycle operations. Okay, in material balance part, in process calculation. If feed is in a stoichiometric proportion, that at any point during the process, at any time during the process, the molar ratio of reactants will be same as their stoichiometric ratio. As you can see, Cb0 equal to B by A times of Ca0, and here as well Cb is equal to B by A times of Ca. It means the molar ratio of reactants will always be same as their stoichiometric ratio if feed is in a stoichiometric proportion. So just put this value here. So you will get minus Ra that which was equal to KCACB. So you can write minus Ra as minus dCA by dt for CBRS in terms of concentration. Okay, and you can write Cb as B by A times of Ca. So again it will become B by A times of K Ca square, and you can solve this easily. So you will get the kinetic equation as 1 over Ca minus 1 over Ca0 is equal to B by A times of K into T. Okay, so it means if we have a reaction like 2a plus 3b gives something. So what will be the kinetic equation? You can directly write if an overall order is 2 here. Okay, and feed is in a stoichiometric proportion. Like they say that feed has 40% A and 60% B, or 20-30, whatever it is. So you can see Na naught upon Nb naught will be same as their stoichiometric ratio 2/3. Okay, so here you can directly write kinetic equation 1 minus Ca over 1 minus Ca naught equal to B by A. That means 3/2 times of Kt. Simple, done. Problem solved. Finished. This is the first case where the feed is in stoichiometric proportion. It's very easy. Okay, but second case, if feed is not in stoichiometric proportion, then what? तो क्या करें? Then again it's very easy. You can write this in terms of conversion as well, because you know that 1 by Ca minus 1 upon Ca naught can be written as 1 upon Ca naught times of Xa upon 1 minus Xa. Okay, doesn't matter. Next, second case, let's talk about that. If feed is not in stoichiometric proportion, that means Na naught over Nb naught will not be same as A upon B. That means Cb naught will not be equal to B by A times of Ca naught. Simple. And if this is the thing, then what will be Cb? You know that Cb was Cb naught minus B by A times of Ca naught into Xa. I am writing this step directly because I hope you understood how we got this expression. Okay, so here we know that whenever we solve the differential equations, we know that if the coefficient of x is 1, it is easy to get the answer. Okay, easy to solve them. So here let's try to make the coefficient of x, means independent variable Xa, as 1. So if you take V upon A Ca naught common, it will become Cb naught divided by B upon A Ca naught minus Xa. Okay, or you can write it as B by A times of Ca naught into M minus Xa. अब इतना बड़ा कौन लिखेगा ना? Why to write so many variables? Just say M. Okay, why? Because what is M here? M is equal to A upon B into Cb naught upon Ca naught. Okay, means when feed is not in stoichiometric proportion, it means M is not equal to 1. Simple. That means M is not equal to 1. Because if M is equal to 1, so this ratio will become same. So it will become the case of stoichiometric proportion. But we are talking about feed is not in stoichiometric proportion, so M cannot be 1 here. Okay, M value of M can't be 1. If value of M is 1, then you can directly use the last relation which we got in first case. Okay, anyways, here in terms of conversion, how to solve that? See, it's very simple. What is minus Ra? I can write minus Ra as Ca naught into dxa over dt in terms of conversion for CVRS. I hope you understand. That is equal to K Ca Cb. So I can write Ca as Ca naught 1 minus Xa, and I can write Cb as this. That is B by A times of Ca naught multiplied by M minus Xa. So you will get dxa over 1 minus xa m minus xa is equal to k ca naught, as 1 ca naught will get cancelled, into b by a times of dt. Okay, and I hope you know the limits at t0, xa0 at t, xa, and you can do the partial fraction of this. The final expression you will get, it will be 1 over m minus 1 ln of m minus xa. Oh my, m minus m minus xa over m times of 1 minus xa, that is equal to b by a times of k ca naught t. So that's how you can solve this for any second order reaction where feed is not in stoichiometric proportion, and this will be valid for all values of n except 1, and obviously 0 and infinite, because if m is 0 it means only one reactant is there, so reaction won't take place. Now here one thing which should be clear to all of you, that just understand, this was the case when alpha and beta was 1, but what if minus Ra is equal to k Ca alpha Cb beta, and we know alpha plus beta is 2, but suppose Ca is 0.5, Cb is 1.5, or it is 0.75, 1.25 or something like that. So what to do now in that case? See, if you do the mathematical calculation you will get the answer, doesn't matter, but final expression which you will get, it should be like simple, just understand. What is Ca? Okay, just understand here. Let's talk about the first case, means feed is in stoichiometric proportion. Okay, so what to do now? Ca power alpha, and we know that if feed is in stoichiometric proportion, Cb equal to B upon A into Ca, its power beta. Okay, so Ca power will become alpha plus beta, K into B by A power beta multiplied by Ca power alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta means 2, so Ca square, and you can solve this, you will get 1 over Ca minus 1 over Ca naught is equal to B upon A power beta into K T. In that case this will be the answer. Okay, so if you know the apparent order of component B, like it is given, suppose rate of reaction is K Ca 0.5, Cb 1.5. Okay, so you have to find out the time required to achieve 70% conversion or something like that. Okay, so what to do? Just use this equation. Beta will be equal to 1.5. B and A will be, that depends on the obviously reaction equation, their stoichiometric coefficient. So that's how you will get your answer. Simple. Okay, so it's not a big deal to solve these kind of equations. The thing is, you should know how to find out the rate equations and kinetic equations. If you know that, then you can do anything. That's why we spend more time today on that part, kinetics part, to how to write the rate equation and kinetic equations. Okay, this is for first case. But if the same thing we have to do for the second case, means feed is not in stoichiometric proportion, then what? Okay, then what? Then what to do? Simple. Just see. We know that what is M? M is equal to A upon B, Cb naught over Ca naught, and this value can't be equal to 1. Okay, this value could be anything, but it can't be 1. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, कुछ clear है, कोई problem नहीं, समझ जाओगे. We have R is equal to K CA alpha CB beta. What are R dt for CBRS? We can write CA as CA naught 1 minus XA and CB as, what is CB? We discussed that. CB will be B upon A times of CA naught multiplied by M minus XA power beta. Okay. Now it will be, we can't solve this directly, okay, because alpha beta will be, it will be difficult to solve, get their partial fractions. If we know the value of alpha beta, then we can do that. Okay, so let's ignore that. Forget this. Just focus on this part. Feed is in stoichiometric proportion. Okay. This kind of thing they cannot ask in the GATE exam. Okay, so forget this part. Leave it. But I told you how to solve this. Okay. If you have some free time in your life after GATE exam, obviously, not before that, after GATE 2021 exam, then you can try to solve this expression. Okay, you can try to obtain a generic expression. But now let's forget this. Okay, ignore it. Okay, all these things are not so important. So this is all about the kinetics of single reaction system, guys. Okay. So here we can say that our entire part about the kinetics of single reaction system has been completed. Okay. Now next, this is the base. This is the base of CRE. If I talk about the GATE exam, in GATE exam, I told you that the weightage of CRE is about 10 to 12 marks. If you see last 3-4 year papers, so it is about 12 and 13 marks as well. Okay, but anyways, let's talk about 12 marks. So out of those 12 marks, most of the question they ask from the other topics which we are going to discuss now. The reactors, single reactor, multiple reaction, RTD, temperature pressure effect, and heterogeneous. Okay, only one question from heterogeneous, but every time they do that, they do ask. So whatever we have discussed today in these two classes, this is the base that will help us to solve all those things. Okay, so I hope all these things are clear. So today we are stopping here, so that you can do all these things one more time by yourself, and tomorrow that is going to be quite a marathon class, you can say, where I will not discuss each and everything like such detail. We will directly see the implementation of all this knowledge in single reactors, in multiple reactors, in multiple reaction system, and then obviously the simplest topics of CRE, this subject, the most easiest topic of this subject. I am using 2 superlative degrees. Most easiest, most simplest topics, RTD and non-isothermal part. Okay, so that's all for the day, guys. See you here, and I hope you can solve the numericals which they have asked in GATE previous year papers from this. And for the CRE PDF, see, there are various websites from where you can download the previous year papers. Okay, but I will suggest you to download the papers from our website. Okay, because in our class we are going to use that. Okay, so what you need to do, ये क्या है TCS virtual calculator कौन use करता है इस board पे? Just on the Google type the GATE coach. Okay, the first website you will get is, the first link will be our website. There's so many, thegatecoach.com. On that website you will go. Sorry, I think Wi-Fi speed is not good. So it will take quite a time. See, slow process. I told you, it's not depending on the rate of the data packets transferring. It's just based on the time. ज़्यादा टाइम लग रहा है पेज ओपन होने में तो स्लो प्रोसेस है, कम टाइम लगता है तो फास्ट प्रोसेस होती है ना, सिंपल. सो इन दिस ऑन दिस वेबसाइट गो इन द बॉटम सेक्शन. अरे नहीं करना ट्रांसलेट यार, गूगल ट्रांसलेट हमेशा आ जाते हैं. सी दिस इज द डाउनलोड सेक्शन वेयर यू कैन गेट द previous year papers subject wise, the PDF in which we have included last 20 year papers. Not obviously you will not get for all the subjects, only for those subjects which I discuss. Okay, because बाकी faculty इतना दे ये सब नहीं करते, मैं ही ज़्यादा करता हूँ. So CRE you can download from here. Process calculation, mechanical operation, chemical technology hand notes. Obviously this is our coaching hand notes which you can use for रिवाइजिंग द केमिकल टेक्नोलॉजी पार्ट. ओके, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कहाँ से आ गया, छोड़ो. इलेक्ट्रिकल वो आई डोंट नो. मॉक टेस्ट, जस्ट डाउनलोड दिस CRE गेट क्वेश्चन पेपर फ्रॉम हियर. Done. So in next class when you will come, that will be on tomorrow. Okay, you will get the schedule, timing. Okay, so keep this PDF along with you because we will discuss some of the GATE previous year question. So see you guys, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and obviously don't spread COVID, just spread happiness. Ta-da.